And welcome to Philippe'S Kitchen, my nice retro 1970s style galley kitchen. And today I'm going to be making muffins. Now for the muffins we're going to need some dry ingredients and we're going to need some wet ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, already mixed up in a bowl, I've got 400 grams of plain flour, 200 grams of sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoonfuls of salt. Now you don't want too much baking powder, otherwise it makes them taste a little bit odd when they come out. And then for the wet ingredients, we have 400 millilitres of milk. You can use semi-skimmed, whole milk, whatever you want, doesn't really matter. And 150 millilitres of oil. I use light olive oil. I wouldn't use anything like virgin olive oil or anything like that because it might be impart too much flavour into the muffins. And there's 1 egg in there as well, which I've already beaten up and mixed all together. It will need a final mixing before I add the ingredients. Now these are going to be chocolate chip muffins. Now you can put in blueberries, you can put in mixed fruit, whatever you choose. I usually like the mixed fruit, or I'll make chocolate chip muffins. I don't really like blueberries, they make it go purple and I don't really like the look of it. I'm not really too keen on the taste either, to be quite frank. And so here are my chocolate chips. Now you can buy the chocolate chips in the supermarket, and the positive side of that of course is that they are ready made and all you've got to do is tip them in. But I prefer to make my own chocolate chips, and what I use is a bar of chocolate. I use 3/4 of a bar of chocolate. Again, it doesn't really matter what chocolate you use. You can buy, cheap supermarket chocolate. You can buy some fancy 90% cocoa chocolate or whatever. It's up to you. And the way I make the chips is I take the bar of chocolate, lay it on a chopping board. I first cut across one way, then I reverse it and cut across the other way, and that way then you get a nice mixture of sizes of chocolate chips. So the other thing that we're going to need, of course, is a tray with our muffin cases in there. I've got 12. You might think that's a lot of muffins for a little boy like me, but what I do is I freeze them, and they're absolutely perfect. You can put them in the freezer, you can take them out in the morning of the day that you want to eat them, or of course you can always just put them in the microwave for about 25 seconds on full power, and that will defrost them as well. So what do we do? Dry ingredients all mixed up together already. So now I add the chocolate chips into those dry ingredients. Get all the little bits in there. We don't want to miss anything out here, do we? Get rid of that. And with a large spoon, I mix it all up. Get it well mixed in together. I've already mixed up the dry ingredients previously, just to save time. You don't want to watch me doing all that on the video, do you? Putting them all together and weighing them all out. Okay, so the chocolate chips are in there. I make a well, gone over the table. I make a well in the middle. Give the wet ingredients a final mix up, just to make sure the oil is all mixed in with the milk, otherwise it floats to the surface and you won't get a nice mixture. Chuck that away. And we don't faff about, we just pour the lot straight in. Once that's poured in, we then mix up the ingredients together. Stir them all around. Now what you should get from this is quite a runny sort of batter. You're not looking for a thick cake mix, you're not making a fruit cake or something like that. So you just mix it all together, keep stirring it round. This is the way we make a cake, make a cake, make a cake. Okay. Nearly there. You don't have to mix it too much. I've read in the recipes for these that it actually is beneficial to have it slightly on the lumpy side rather than trying to make a really smooth mixture as if you were making a sponge cake, like a Victoria sponge or something like that. So here we are, got my nice runny cake mix. And I will, using this large spoon, put the ingredients into the muffin cases. Now I find it takes about 3 large spoonfuls to put in each case, and I just keep going around until they're all full up. I like my muffins big, so I fill these things right to the top, and they rise up over the top as well, so they end up really large muffins, but that's how I like them. So I'm going to get on and do that now, and to save you watching me doing that, because that's going to be boring, I'm going to do that. Then I'll put them in a preheated oven at gas mark 6. I don't know what it's going to be on electricity, or if you've got a fan oven or any other sort of oven. I'm old fashioned, I like gas, and it's gas mark 6 for 15 minutes to start with. Then I turn them round, because they tend to get done one side more than the other, being not fan assisted. I turn them round, and I do them for about another 5 or 10 minutes. I check them after 5 minutes, maximum 25 minutes. You don't want to do it too long, otherwise they come out a bit dry and they're not so nice. So I'm going to put these into the muffin cases and put it in the oven, and I'll be back later on to show you the result. Well, 25 minutes later, and the muffins are ready. Here they are. A dozen beautiful muffins. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Yeah, okay, enough of that. Right, so, here they are. Lovely big muffin with a nice brown top to it, just how I like it. And as you can see, of course, we're featuring the world famous bread bin screwed to the wall. Keep your eyes out for that in the future. And of course, what goes better with a nice muffin than a nice cup of tea? So thank you very much for joining me this time, and I hope to see you again in another feature in the future. Oh, delicious. Yep, that is so nice, well worth waiting for.